President of India and the Governor of Tamil Nadu. Good morning and a warm welcome to one and all. We would like to extend a very special welcome to our chief guest, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice President of India. And to our guest of honor, Shri R.N. Ravi, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. We also welcome on the dais the Honorable Minister for Environment, Climate and Youth Welfare and Sports Development, Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru Siva V. Meyanathan, Dr. V.L. Indra Dutt, Chairperson and Managing Director of the KCP Limited, and Srimati Kavita Dutt, Joint Managing Director. May I request you all to first kindly rise for the national anthem, followed by the Tamil Thai Varthu.
अधिनायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाने तव शुभ आशीष माने गाहे तव जय गाता जय मंगलदायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता जय 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 जय। നീരാറും കടലെടുത്ത നിലമടന്ന് കിഴിലോകും സീരാറും വദനമിന തികഭരത കണ്ടമിതിൽ തിക്കണനും മതിൽ സിരന്ന ദ്രാവിഡനും തിരുനാടും തക്ക സിര തിരുമുതലും പരിതമരും തിലകമുളി അത്തിലക വാസന പോൽ അണിതിലകും ഇമ്പമുറ എത്തിസയും പുകഴലക്ക ഇരുന്ന പെരും തമിഴനങ്ങേ തമിഴനങ്ങേ സേവിനവൈ തിരമിയും செயல்மறந்து வாழ்வதிலே வாழ்வதிலே வாழ்வதிலே.
Thank you. To make an auspicious start to the morning's proceedings, may I now request our Chief Guest, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice President of India, and our Guest of Honor, Shri R.N. Ravi, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, and the Minister for Environment, Climate and Youth Welfare and Sports Development, Thiru Siva V. Meyanathan, to please step forward and light the Kuttuvilakku, the lamp, and may I request Dr. V.L. Indra Dutt and Srimati Kavita Dutt to join them in the act. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very, very special day because today we celebrate the life of a legend, a pioneer in everything that he did, a success at everything that he did, a path breaker in everything that he did. Dr. V.L. Dutt was a true legend. He was an inspiration, and his life is a true lesson that all of us can and should learn from. It is only fitting, therefore, that his life, experiences, and teachings should be chronicled for future generations to read, learn, and gain inspiration from. Today, we're all gathered here for that specific purpose, to release the book, Dr. V.L. Dutt, Glimpses of a Pioneer's Life Journey, authored by Dr. V.L. Indra Dutt. Having said that, let's now plunge straight into the agenda for the morning. I now first call upon Dr. V.L. Indra Dutt, Chairperson and Managing Director, the KCP Limited, to take the podium and welcome the gathering.
Good morning and a hearty welcome to you all. We, the family, friends, relatives, associates have assembled here today, physically and online, for cherishing the memory of Dr. V.L. Dutt. The best way to perpetuate the memory of a towering and multifaceted personality is to open down such thoughts. In my humble way, I have tried to capture the glimpses through the kaleidoscope of my 6 decades of relationship with my mentor husband, Dr. Dutt. I welcome the distinguished chief guest, Sri M. Venkaiah Naidu Garu, Honorable Vice President of India, an accomplished and versatile person. His dedication to service and passion for language, literature, culture has earned him many laurels. A versatile personality that he is, befittingly occupies the 2nd highest office in the largest democracy of the world. This compassionate orator with bubbling humor and wit is a great communicator across the spectrum of age groups. His deft but firm handling of heterogeneous mix of lawmakers as presiding officer of the upper house is testimony to his great personality. I consider it a fortunate to have him as a long-standing friend of our family, and sir, I heartily welcome you once again. I extend a warm welcome to Sri R.N. Ravi, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, the distinguished guest of honor. As career bureaucrat, he rendered a great service, especially in dispute resolution in the insurgency-infested northeastern states of India. His deep insights to handle varied interests and to find a common narrative would bring an immense value addition to the state. I also extend a warm welcome to Thiru Siva Mayana, Minister of Environment, Climate and Youth Welfare and Sports Development. Every person associated with Dr. V.L. Dutt has felt his personal warmth and had pleasant memories to cherish. They are eager to participate in functions that perpetuate his memory. However, due to pandemic, it is necessary to be highly restrained. In order to respect the emotions of such associates, we have arranged for an online facility so that they can participate in the functional virtually. For all of you who have joined the link to participate in the program live, a hearty welcome. Separate space and time need not be limiting factor for overwhelming thoughts. I welcome the guests who are attending this book release function in person today and the media representatives. Time and tide wait for none. So, time has been rolling by. It is 1 year and 10 months since Dr. V.L. Dutt moved away into the celestial realms by physically distancing himself from us. Yet, we feel that he is always with us in every event of our lives. The reason for this could be the unalloyed warmth and affection he had showered on all of us over decades. In my companionship with Dutt of nearly 6 decades as his life partner, I focused on current requirements and future, be it family, society or business, as inspired and guided by my friend, philosopher and guide. Fully occupied to fulfill such demanding commitments, I could not find time for ruminating and reminiscence. His departure, just followed by the COVID protocols, afforded me time to reflect upon events, incidents, experiences, and contacts interwoven with his overwhelming personality. The depth and breadth of the life and work of Dr. V.L. Dutt, I thought, would be a source of joy for persons who were associated with him and would be of great motivation to youngsters willing to follow ethical values, embedded life in all facets, family, society, and industry. To this end, unscriptured narratives, those I was part to in my life journey with his visionary. Dr. Dutt was an institution in himself, a towering person with a booming voice. He was most hospitable, respectful, irrespective of positions. Affable by nature, his guiding principle was to be together to achieve life purposes. A resilient and developed India with indigenous technology, having cutting edge and a world leader for the benefit of mankind was his dream. That he was a trustee of all resources at his disposal and that their utilization must ensure a fair distribution to all stakeholders was his determined approach. He faced difficulties and stumbling blocks with determined, calibrated decisions that were functional and clinical. Social responsibility and transparency in governance being hallmarks of his policy, he was ahead of his time. He never bore grudges. In essence, he was a karma yogi. His mentoring has shaped the family members, me, daughter Kavita, son-in-law Ravi, and granddaughter Shivani, with lofty ideals and a worthy path to travel by. We pledge and dedicate ourselves to carry forward the great legacy of eternal values, morals, and ethics to achieve his mission and objectives. In my endeavor to make his inspiring life serve as a trigger for many aspiring persons in the society, friends, employees, associates, and family members, I have published this book titled Dr. V.L. Dutt, Glimpses of a Pioneer's Life Journey. I sincerely acknowledge the assistance of Sri P.V. Sai Garu, who is here, and Atreya Sharma Garu, Ambika Anant, P. Shankar Garu, and Pragati officers in my effort. With these forwards, I once again offer my warm and sincere welcome to Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu Garu, and the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri R.N. Ravi Garu, who have gracefully accepted to be the chief guest and guest of honor for this book release function. Thank you once again. Happy New Year and stay safe.
Thank you, ma'am. It is now my pleasure to invite the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri R.N. Ravi, to address the gathering.
The most respected Thiru M. Venkaiah Naidu ji, the Honorable Vice President of India, Minister Thiru Siva V. Meyanathan, Dr. V.L. Indira Dutt, Managing Director of KCP Limited, Tirumati Kavita Dutt, Joint Managing Director, distinguished invitees, gracious ladies and gentlemen, Anaivalkum Vanakkam. We are here to commemorate the life and achievement of a pioneer in the world of business and industry in India. I have got to know something about him, and whatever I have learned, it's indeed fascinating. Perhaps more of it when I will have the occasion to read the book once it is released. And the book written by the most competent person, the journey, his life journey written by his life partner, who could be better suited than her. And I'm sure this book would be of great value to all of us. Dr. Dutt, when I see his achievement, from the modest beginning, he expanded and built an enviable empire, from sugar to cement to power to manufacturing, heavy engineering machineries, to defense, to IT, hospitality, perhaps many more. He did this with his capacity to dream big and daring bold. And what is most fascinating is that he did so in a challenging time, when the situations were not very, very favorable. Because in post-British India, until recent years, we were all obsessed with and overly obsessed with a socialistic ideal. And private enterprise was not something which was encouraged, and in fact it was viewed with suspicion. The government was the sole agent of change. There were enormous regulatory system, powerful, suffocating at times, so many rules, so many regulations, so many agencies to oversee and create obstacles. Indeed, very, very intimidating set of framework. But Dr. Dutt did not get intimidated. He overcame the hurdles and he built this empire, which has a unique place of its own in the world of business and industry. Friends, today the situation is different. In the recent years, under the leadership of our dynamic Prime Minister Modi, India is awake and is confidently marching to its destiny of Ek Bharat, Samarth Bharat, Shrestha Bharat, a harmonious and capable India which is the world leader. And for this to happen, we have to build Atmanirbhar Bharat. And for this self-reliant India, it is only possible with the participation of the whole of the country. And that's what Prime Minister all the time says, Jan Bhagidari. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of talent, a lot of initiative outside government, perhaps far more than what is there in the government. So, there has been ample attempt to ease the ecosystem. much has been done, more will be done. Relaxing the rules, regulations, making it possible for people to think, to experiment, fail and experiment again. So many initiatives have been taken. Research and innovation is a premium today. By and large, most of the universities also have created incubation center. They are linking up with the industry because we don't need unemployable graduates. So there is a lot of emphasis on the skill development. Universities are tying up with the industries. There is overall positive momentum. And I am sure this will go a long way in building an Atmanirbhar Bharat, which will be a launching ground for Ek Samarth and Shrestha Bharat. This book on the life journey of Dr. V.L. Dutt will inspire and encourage entrepreneurs and also the business leaders. Because the essential message may not be just building the empire, but the fact that the way he overcame the challenges, he didn't let the adversities overwhelm him. So this book, I'm sure, will be an asset to our present and future generations. I pay my heartfelt homage to Dr. V.L. Dutt and congratulate Dr. Arindra Dutt for penning down, documenting his life journey. Friends, the year is ending. I wish all of you a very, very happy new year and best wishes for other festivals which are coming soon. COVID is not yet gone. We need to be very careful. Ensure that people around us observe the COVID protocol. And those not vaccinated, they must get fully vaccinated. Now the Prime Minister has also said that all this booster and even lowering the age group. Let us encourage people around us to follow that. Nandri, Vanakkam, Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is upon us. The very reason for us gathering here today. It is now my privilege and immense pleasure to call upon our Chief Guest, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice President of India, to release the book, Dr. V.L. Dutt, Glimpses of a Pioneer's Life Journey. I request our dignitaries to all hold the book out together so we can preserve this moment for posterity. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you're all very, very eager to hear from our chief guest. Please welcome to the podium the Honorable Vice President of India, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu.
மாண்புமிகு தமிழ்நாடு ஆளுநர் திரு ஆர்.என். ரவி அவர்களே, மாண்புமிகு அமைச்சர் திரு சிவா வி. மேயநாதன் அவர்களே, கேசிபி நிறுவனத்தின் தலைவர் மற்றும் மேலாண்மை இயக்குனர் டாக்டர் வி.எல். இந்திரா தத் அவர்களே, இயக்குனர் திருமதி கவிதா தத் அவர்களே, சிறப்பு விருந்தினர்கள், ஆன்லைன் மூலம் இதனை காண்பவர்கள் అనివరకం వణకం. చాలా సంతోషం ఈరోజు మిత్రులు, పెద్దలు, అనేక మందికి మార్గదర్శకులైన శ్రీ వి.ఎల్. దత్ గారి యొక్క జీవితం పైన ఒక వారి జీవన యాత్ర పైన స్వయంగా వారి శ్రీమతి ఇందిరా దత్ గారు రచించిన పుస్తకాన్ని ఆవిష్కరించేందుకు అవకాశం లభించడం చాలా సంతోషం. ఇట్స్ రియల్ ఎమోషనల్ మూమెంట్ ఫర్ మీ టుడే యాజ్ వీ లాంచ్ దిస్ బుక్, Dr. V.L. Dutt, Glimpses of a Pioneer's Life Journey, written by Srimati V.L. Indira Dutt. My late friend Sri Velagapudi Lakshmana Dutt was a respectable industrialist, philanthropist, and a visionary for excellence. It has been almost 2 years since he left us, but his friendly and warm nature, love and hospitality remain etched vividly in my memory. There are few people who leave indelible impression on the sands of time, and Sri Dutt ji was one such blessed soul with whom I shared a good relationship. Born to Sri Velagapudi Ramakrishna Garu and Srimati Durgamba on December 27, 1937, Sri V.L. Dutt earned a name for himself in the business community in India and also abroad. As the chairman and managing director of KCP Limited, he proved himself a worthy heir to his illustrious father, who made great contribution to the India's nation's development, first as an ICS officer and then as an industrialist. It can be rightly said that Sri Ramakrishna showed the seeds of KCP Limited. It was his son, Sri Lakshmana Dutt, who nurtured it into a banyan-like tree. Sri Lakshmana Dutt headed industry body, FICCI, during the crucial years of 91-92, when the economy was passing through a tremendous phase, and his vision and foresight played an instrumental role in bridging the gap between the government and industry during those days. Indeed, Sri Dutt Garu was not an individual, but he was an institution. He was a corporate statesman who inspired a whole generation of young entrepreneurs. As executive chairman of the KCP, Sri Dutt Garu made successful ventures in various sectors, including cement, sugar, heavy industrial machinery, power generation, IT and hospitality. Conscious of his societal responsibilities, he served on the board of various charitable organizations such as Indian Education Trust, Chennai, Wellington Corporate Foundation, and Cardiac Medical and Research Foundation, among many others. Sri Dutt Garu was a great visionary and a stalwart in administration. Here, I would like to narrate one particular incident as a testimony to his management competence. There was a sugar factory near Challapalli in Krishna district which was making heavy losses and defaulted on farmers' payment. Then Chief Minister, late Sri N.T. Ramarao Garu, called over Sri Dutt Garu and told that farmers in the region had fallen on hard times and wanted someone like Sri Dutt Garu could take over the management of the factory. Sri Dutt Garu took an extraordinary, courageous risk and KCP took over Challapalli sugar factory in 1987. Siddharth Garu, through his enterprise, hard work, discipline, modernized and transformed the factory within a year, and most of the dues of farmers were cleared in a record time. During his lifetime, Siddharth Garu touched many lives, and more outstanding quality he had was that of giving unconditionally without any expectation. In memory of his late father, he established a trust called as the V. Ramakrishna Charitable Trust, contributing to the cause of education, health and rural development. He generously donated large sums for construction of colleges, skill development centers and health facilities. For his illustrious services, Siddharth Garu was showered with numerous awards and recognition at national and also at international level. In 1989, the government of Andhra Pradesh conferred him with the Yajamanya Ratna Award. The President of Vietnam, our friendly country, presented him with the Friendship Medal in 2017 for his contribution to the development of socio-economy of Phu province and contribution to strengthen traditional relations and overall partnership between India and Vietnam. Besides these, ASEAN India Achievement and Excellence Award and Paul Harris Fellow Award by Rotary International are some of the notable recognitions. My dear friends, the world knows Siddharth Garu is a successful businessman, but this book brings out his human side. While sifting through its pages, you get to know him as a family man, his conduct as a husband, father and a friend. I must compliment Srimati Indira Dutt Garu for sharing the memories and the experience of her beloved husband for the larger benefit of all of us. It is to her credit that the reader gets a completely fresh perspective into Siddharth Garu, fun-loving and cheerful personality. His hard-working but humble nature and concern for the well-being of others. He was a people's person who enjoyed being with the people and giving them importance in his life, a quality so starkly missing in today's highly competitive business environment. This book has rekindled my own memories about Siddharth Garu. We used to discuss issues of common interest. Sports used to be one such topic of discussion. Like me, he was also a sports enthusiast and would often fly to London to witness Wimbledon tournaments. Today's young entrepreneurs should learn from him and always find some time for sports and outdoor activities. No matter how busy they are, if one remains physically fit, one can be mentally alert and make better decisions. So one has to be physically fit, mentally alert, so that you can take correct and proper timely decisions. The younger generation should really learn from his personal life the way he lived for himself and lived for the people, and set standards in business and also followed ethics. This is the most important lesson one must learn from his life. These books might come as a surprise for many who knew Siddharth only as a business and busy industrialist. When you read this book by Srimati Indira Ji, you will marvel at the manner in which he balanced his life, family life, and the business world perfectly. It is not that much easy. I have my own experience. This should be a lesson to all businessmen and entrepreneurs. While performing one's professional duty, one should give equal importance to friends and family, because in the end, this is what gives one an everlasting joy and support. I would urge all business leaders to frame their HR policies in such a way that their employees are able to manage their work-life balance easily. This would not only lead to better performance by employees, but would also help in addressing mental health issues which are rising in our society. With the fall of standards, ethics, and competition, and the increasing desires, we are all seeing people are getting mentally distressed. Added to this, with the advent of the net, the information that is fed to us, right, wrong, false, sensational without sense, makes people worry more. So in such a situation, you need to not only take care of our physical health, we must also focus our mental attention. One can be spiritual, one can be a music lover, one can be a sports person or a sports lover, and one can also spend good amount of time with family and friends so as to enjoy the life. Most important thing I feel personally, what I have learned, you must spend enough time with nature. Nature gives us happiness. That's why I always say nature, culture together for better future. But unfortunately, now in this modern world, with the new technology and also the new architecture that has come in between, we are neglecting the nature, missing the sun, not your son or our son, sun God. Sun rays gives good amount of energy, enthusiasm. Sun, air, water, our beautiful, the trees and our earth, they make our life very comfortable. But unfortunately, because of fashion and lack of passion for the enjoyment of nature, we are all missing it. Recently, we are seeing nowadays the modern architecture, while light is prevented, natural light. Recently, I was going through the house purchased by my daughter in Hyderabad. So I was going around and went to the washroom. And there I opened the tap. And the water instead of falling in that tub, it is coming on our body, half of it. Then I asked them, who is the architect? They told me about a young lady's name. I said, call her, if she is available nearby. Then she was called. I took her to washroom and showed her the wash basin. Asked her, Ma, what is this? She said, sir, it is a fashion now. Fashion. I said, what is the fashion? Water falling on you? Hello. Then I told her, and I asked her, do you know Telugu? She said, yes, I understand. I said, Amma, Saukaryama, Saundaryama. Saukaryama, Saundaryama. You want comfort or you want only fashion? But now fashion is prevailing our minds. We are seeing in the rooms also, early days there used to be only one light. Now you have 30 lights but no light. And then you have to go for a better light or reading light, for better light. This experience of COVID has shown us that we must live with the nature. Just recall, the people in the rural area, farmers, agriculture workers, they are less affected by COVID. People in urban areas, they are more affected. Why? As I could understand, it's because they are working hard, physical activity is there, comparatively less mental stress, and also living with sun, with the nature. Even if they are affected because of some people in the city, they went home to meet their parents during their COVID and transmitted this to others. But effect was less. The lesson simply, according to me, my own experience shows that one must live with the nature, promote nature. Our country is such a beautiful country. And if we make it a habit to live with the nature, we can have a better life. This has to be understood by one and all. And also some amount of physical fitness. After it, because of the, as I told you, the so-called competition, life is becoming, people are becoming lazy, crazy, and you are seeing what is happening. And also the food habits, modern food habits. You are fortunate to be born in this country where you have thousands of varieties, thousands, if not more. All varieties you can enjoy. Go to any part of the country. But still we are trying to follow West and go for food which is not suitable to us. Our food is decided by season and reason. But the food we are trying, our youngsters, pizza, burger. I am not against pizza or burger, though I have not tasted them yet, I will not taste them also. Per se I am not against. They are suitable to those conditions, to those people. For us, for our conditions, our people have lived for thousands of years and also experienced and gave it to us. మన పెద్దలు ఆది కాలం నుంచి వేదకాలం నుంచి పురాణ కాలం నుంచి జీవించి అనుభవించి రంగరించి మేళవించి మనకు అందించిన వారసత్వం ఉంది, చక్కని భోజనం ఉంది. మన ఇడ్లీ సాంబార్కి ప్రపంచంలో ఎక్కడ పోటీ లేదు. మన ఇడ్లీ, మన దోశ, మన వడ, మన ఆవడ, మన కూరలు, మన తినుబండారాలు, వీటికి ప్రపంచంలో ఎక్కడ పోటీ లేదు. దాంట్లో ఉన్న రుచి చెప్పనరివి కానీ నేను పని కట్టుకొని చెప్తూ ఉంటాను. మన కొంతమంది ఇవన్నీ పాత చింతకాయ పచ్చడి సార్ అని. పాత చింతకాయ పచ్చడి తింటే కదా దాంట్లో రుచి తెలిసేది. ఓల్డ్ tamarind chutney, if you eat it, then you will enjoy, you will never forget it also. Because time tested, according to season, according to reason. So the one lesson we have to learn from COVID is eat proper food, sumptuous, proteinous. Going for junk food and fashion. The other day I was just watching Sadhguru's program. He was telling that Americans do not eat Indian rice. Why? They prefer Thailand rice. Then he asked them, why, what is happening? They said, you take out all the energy from your rice, make it very white, without any substance. So we don't eat Indian rice. This correct, fashionable. As I told you earlier, Saundaryama, Saukaryama. పోషకాహారమా ఫ్యాషన్ ఆహారమా అందరం కూడా ఆలోచించుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఎంతో ఉంది. And also the one lesson is that spending time with the family gives you happiness. India's family system is appreciated by worldwide. But unfortunately in India it's becoming weak. This is an area where all of us, particularly youngsters, should think about. So the book mentions one incident in Dutt's life. Once when Indiraji's mother was seriously ill, Dutt told her, Kumari, don't worry about company's affairs. I'll see that they are taken care of by someone or other. You just focus on mother's health. Here was a true son speaking his samskara. Samskara. This is what we call as samskara, Indian samskara. With his samskara speaking, his compassion and respect for elders. These are the qualities that make one great. The virtues of respect for elders, service and compassion are at the core of our civilizational values. And everybody must have some aim in life. Aim high, dream high, work hard. This is what our civilization has taught us. And we must tell our youngsters about these civilizational values. And we should not only live for ourselves, we must live for others. If you live for others, you will live forever. This also has to be understood by all. Though Sri Dutt Garu was a high-flying corporate leader, he never forgot this. Present generation must draw inspiration from personalities like Sri Dutt. I agree with Srimati Indiraji's observation in the book that collapse of joint family system has led to the dilution of mutual care and concern. The spirit of adjustment, that is also very much required. And corrective ethos. Our youth need to understand that this age-old tradition needs to be preserved, propagated for their own good. He proved the meaning and spirit of the adage, Atidevo Bhava, while conducting his guests. On several occasions, I myself had an opportunity to enjoy his lavish hospitality and nostalgically still remember those days. Sri Dutt Garu was a very warm soul with no vanity. He was lovingly playful with all children in the extended family, a man of clear consciousness. He was affectionate to everyone, children, friends and relatives. His passion for work was such that he looked upon his factories as his matriarch. KCP Limited made tremendous progress under his active and constructive leadership. The leadership must be constructive. People also must be constructive. Unfortunately, nowadays, obstructive, destructive mentality is creeping in. We are a nation with great civilization values. We are a nation with great skills. We have bright future. India is on the move. If all of us join together and think constructively, positive. Positive, of course, in COVID is a bad word, but in life, positive attitude has to be there. Everything has to be taken positively. That will really make you happy. What is required is not mere wealth and health. What is required is happiness. Happiness. If we make systemic improvements, if you make system work, if you make governance work And then if you reach out to the people, and then if everybody follows rules, regulations, procedures, systems and customs, the life will be happy. Otherwise, there will be tension, no attention, only pretension will be there. This is what we are seeing. Peace of mind is the prerequisite for progress, for individual as well as society or for the country. As I told you, if you have tension, you cannot pay attention. And many people are suffering with the tension without any necessity. And some people are busy. I try to find out how he is busy. Busy. You don't know why he is busy. Always busy. The stability, the inner peace, the tranquility, they gives you more strength. This has to be understood by all. And Sri Datt Garu lived a very meaningful life. He was not only glamorous but also humorous. In life, there has to be certain amount of humor. Humor has to be there, glamour has to be there, and grammar also has to be there. Grammar means meaning. Meaning, I am not talking of the other grammar. Grammar. Your life must have a grammar. What for you? You must make a mark. You must bring respect to your family, to your native place. And you must also bring respect to the country by your conduct. This has to be understood by one and all. My dear friends, today I was going through the book. I was deeply touched by personal details of Indira Dutt's marriage ceremony with Sri Datt Garu at her native place, Muktiala. One more thing that I particularly liked in this book is that Indira Ji has mostly written all names in full. That's also a problem nowadays. Change names, sir, short names. I studied in a college, PR college. We were wondering, what is the full abbreviation? So Venkatagiri Raja's college, but many people do not know. Roads also, MG Road. Mahatma Gandhi ko MG bana. Sardar Patel Road, SP Road. Why? We must really use full names. That keeps the identity also. One has to understand that. I would like to congratulate Srimati Indira Dutt Ji for coming up with this beautiful book. Is not only beautiful but also dutiful. It reminds you about the duty performed by her late husband. And I also would like to compliment Sri Atreya Sharma Garu and Mrs. Ambika Anant for transcribing her thoughts beautifully. Sri Datt Garu's legacy lives on and will continue to inspire generations to come. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Nandri. Vanakkam.
Thank you, Honorable Vice President. We would now like to take the time out to honor our chief guest and guests of honor for having taken the time out to be here with us on this very special occasion. I now request Dr. V.L. Indira Dutt, Chairperson and Managing Director of the KCP Limited, and Srimati Kavita Dutt, Joint Managing Director, to step forward and present a ponnade and a memento first to our chief guest, Shri M. Venkaiah Naidu, Honorable Vice President of India. And now to our guest of honor, Sri R.N. Ravi, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. And last but certainly not the least, to the Minister for Environment, Climate and Youth Welfare and Sports Development, Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru Siva V. Meyanathan. Thank you very much. I now call upon Srimati Kavita Dutt, Joint Managing Director, the KCP Limited, to take the podium and propose the vote of thanks.
Words of thanks. No vote.
Votes, yes.
Touché.
Namaskaram. I would like to propose words of thanks to all the dignitaries present here today. Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu Garu, His Excellency the Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri R.N. Ravi, all other dignitaries on the dais, and all friends and family who have graced this momentous event in our life. The launch of the biography of my father, Dr. V.L. Dutt. On this very special occasion, I wish to express my deep love and gratitude to my father, who is also my mentor and my friend. Even though I was his daughter, he empowered me and equipped me to deal with the vicissitudes of life like a scion. His altruistic large-heartedness, generosity, and compassion were always low-key and without any fanfare. That has been my most significant learning from my father. My mother and I are deeply privileged to share the wonderful journey of the life of an extraordinary man with all of you. Thank you once again for the gift of your time. I wish to make a special mention of all our friends and well-wishers who have joined us in this program virtually, online from India and around the world. And last but not the least, I thank the media for supporting us and by being with us here today in large numbers for supporting and honoring my father's legacy. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request you all to please rise once again for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाए तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय गुरु मंगल गायक जय भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you all to please remain seated as our Honorable Vice President, the Honorable Governor, and the rest of our dignitaries leave the venue. Thank you very much. May I request you.